Good morning, Kumar. I know that you have been a busy corporate executive for many years and then later on you have become an institution builder. But I noticed that in the last decade, one of your passion has been the culinary skills and you have excelled in that. And today I would like to learn from you and taste the authentic South Indian filter coffee. Everybody makes coffee, but the coffee made by you is special. So I'd be very interested to finding out what are those special techniques that you use in making the coffee so very addictive. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Shekhar. It's so nice of you to give me that compliment. But to be very frank, coffee making is not a very difficult art. But whenever you are passionate about doing anything, you're sincere, you're committed, and you're able to concentrate, whatever you do, not only coffee making, any activity will definitely will give you a better result, and the output will always be seen. Now, since you raised the issue of coffee making, especially a very authentic South Indian coffee, I shall definitely show you how I do it. And let's begin with what is most important ingredient in coffee making, as I have been doing over the years. Now, this is a true South Indian coffee powder. Now, this we have over a period of years done a lot of permutation combinations and arrived at a particular combination which gives fantastic results. Truly a South Indian filter coffee without any addition of chicory or any other additive. Now, this coffee powder is made with using about 800 grams of pea berry and about 450 grams of plantation A. Now, this is ground to a dark brown color, as you can see here, and then once it is roasted and we cool it, and then it is ground to a fine powder, not extremely fine but not too coarse also, sort of a via media, as you can see how it is here. This is very important ingredient in making a good South Indian filter coffee. Now let's go ahead and see how we make this filter coffee. Now I normally use a very convenient way of making coffee, which is very easy and quite fast. Now what I would do is I take this filter which has got a set of two filters in this machine. I take out the inner one, which is actually used when we make only coffee for a couple of people. When you want to make coffee for more number of people, let's say 6 or 7 people, we use this bigger filter. So what I do is I place about 2 full scoops of coffee powder and I sort of dampen this powder down to compact it, which is very important. Otherwise, the filter, if it is loose, the water would run through it and the decoction would be quite dilute. So this is the way I would do it. This is see, and you can see the compacting. Once it is compacted, you place it inside this bigger filter and then put the lid and then place it in the machine. Now I'm preparing, I put the coffee powder for one person. So I'm going to add water to this filter. It's a little less than a cup that I take out and I pour it into the machine. You can see here. And when it reaches line 1, I stop. That's what is required for one person. And then I switch on the machine. Now this is going to take you about 5 to 10 minutes for the coffee filter decoction to come down to this mug here. So in the meantime, let us start with the milk, boiling of milk. Now, there is a lot of care one should take when boiling a milk. See, I am using over the years a milk which has 4% fat content. Now, normally young children, you can even go for a higher fat content milk in case they like coffee. And if for older people, you can go for a lower fat content. But the main fact is, everybody might think that boiling milk is a very simple task. No, when you make a good South Indian filter coffee, there are a lot of care should be taken.
while boiling the milk. What happens is if you keep the milk and boil it at a very high flame, the fat content would come out of the milk and then settle at the top, and or probably the homogeneity of the milk will get reduced. Therefore, when you do it at a medium flame and keep turning this milk, you will find that the milk is getting homogeneously heated. I have not added any water to the regular milk which I got from the vendor. So you can see the quality of the milk, and I'm going to boil it till it's get real hot and the creamy layer froths out. It's the creamy layer on top that makes the coffee really taste better.
So the milk is boiled now completely.
It's sort of come to the boiling point.
Yeah.
I just want the creamy layer to pan out at the top slowly, and I also have to wait till the coffee decoction reaches the bottom of the mug. So I'll have to wait a little while. So I've switched off the stove and I'm going to relight it again because I don't want the coffee to get overboiled. So I'm keeping it under the sieve and I continue to boil it and wait for the decoction to get ready. In the meantime, let me prepare the. This you would see is a typical South Indian davra and tumbler they call, which we serve coffee, and I'm going to add just a couple of spoons of sugar. Of course, it depends on individual taste of how much sugar they would like, or they would like to have it with a diabetic can have it with a sugar free, which is quite safe. Now I'm going to check whether my decoction is done. There is most of it has come down. I think I have to give it a couple of more minutes for it to filter out fully. In the meantime, let me go and check back on my milk. It's slowly starting to boil. Actually, there's a lot of secret in boiling this milk very slowly, because the taste normally depends on not only the quality of milk but how you boil it. If you completely boil it and switch it off and use the milk later, it will be very watery. That will not make a good coffee. This is what you would see in most of the restaurant. Coffee is not very consistent in quality.
I think you have already kept the decoction ready somewhere.
Now it must be done.
Yeah.
So
Great.
now I'm going to transfer the decoction from the filter
Yeah.
to the tumbler.
Right.
Now, I would have got about half a tumbler of this decoction for one person. Now, I'm just getting the milk to cream out. Oh, this needs a little bit of patience. Now I switch it off. I'm adding the creamy layer of milk to the coffee. Now the coffee is ready. I'm going to make it, give it a little twist to look nice to drink.
So nice it is looking now. What are your plans for the next?
Well, Shekhar, I've been at this passion of mine for quite a few years now, and over the period, a lot of my friends have been trooping into my home just to enjoy my food, like the Chinese or the Kerala type or the typical South Indian, which are not really available in the restaurants. So it's very good home cooked food. So I thought, why not, having started this coffee making under your little bit of niching, so I thought, why not make this into a regular
So what is the
habit?
next item that you are making?
So what I thought, the first thing, in the morning when you get up, the first thing that starts with the coffee. Now we could move on to making breakfast. See, a lot of South Indian.
So what is it in the
breakfast?
breakfast that you will make?
You have idli, vada,
Excellent.
pongal, upma, and in fact, it will be definitely very different from what you get in a restaurant. That's got my typical passionate skills that have gone into it, and every week I'll try to put one kind of post one kind of South Indian breakfast, and perhaps later on move on to the meal and dinner. I could possibly include Chinese, continental, and even other type of foods which I have sort of mastered to suit my family and friends' palate. So let us see.
So I'll be a regular viewer of Kumar's Kitchen Chronicles.
Yes, and I hope so. A lot of people out there in the world would also love to follow the guidelines I have given and
Thank you
enjoy
very
a
much.
good South Indian coffee.
Thank you very much. It looks really yummy. Thank you.
You're welcome. Here we are.